Black Adam comes out next Friday, October 21st, one time we're recording this next Friday. There's been several interviews that the cast has done, Dwayne Johnson has done regarding this film. Dwayne Johnson has said several times over the course of the making of the film and the press tours and all that he wants to do what the fans want to see. Now, we've all been speculating for a while now that Henry Cavill will be recurring or reappearing as Superman in the DCU, especially because of Black Adam and The Rock having so much power in Hollywood, which is a good thing for DC fans, including myself. It would be pretty cool to see him come back. Now, the only reason I say that, I've made pretty clear that I'm not a major fan of Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't think he's that great as Superman. I don't know if it's because the writing has been that good for him. I hope that if he does come back, maybe this will be like a rebirth in a way for his character, and they can do new things with him they've never got to see before. But seeing Henry Cavill Superman, which it would be his Superman if he did come back, I think Dwayne Johnson even said he won't fight any other Superman besides Henry, so which makes sense because they're very close friends. Is what the fans also want. Superman vs. Black Adam. I want to see that in live action. I don't care what Superman it is. You know, if it's Henry Cavill, great. I think, again, that's most likely the option. But Dwayne Johnson was asked a question in an interview about the end credit scene. Now, we haven't seen this end credit scene. It's not public yet. It won't be public for a while. At least till probably next week when we all see the film, or at least a lot of us see it. Including myself, which I'll be watching it. My review will be out probably that Sunday night. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, of course, things could change. I don't know. But I'll let you guys know. The end credit scene could very well be setting up Henry Cavill returning as Superman. Why could that be? Well, when he was asked that question, he specifically said it's for the fans. He's doing this for the fans. So, sending up the JSA, advancing on the Justice League, advancing on, all these characters in the Justice League that we have already, like Batman, Superman. He's brought up Batman a couple times, so it'd be curious to see Batman fighting Black Adam at one point. Obviously, he would die if he did, and who would be that Batman, right? But here's the thing where things go in a different direction, because we had Henry Cavill supposedly just out of the DCU, right? He was done. There was going to be some movie, it got shelved. Then the Flash film was coming out, and it's been delayed for God knows how long. And somehow it's coming out later than the Black Adam movie, which is fine with me because Black Adam, whether you want to believe it or not, seems like the beginning of a new era, which is literally the promotion of the film. This is the beginning of a new era in the DCU, DC Universe in general, but the DCU especially. This is a new beginning of an era. So the Flash film to be first would not sit well with really anyone, especially The Rock. So I wonder if he had some strings to pull there. But I wouldn't mind if he did. I'm not really excited for the Flash movie at all. I don't care for Ezra anymore. And it's like, really? Who cares? But the big thing I got to take away from the Flash film was that they were going to replace Henry Cavill Superman with Supergirl or Superwoman. I don't know what her character would be, but Sasha Calle, who was cast as some Supergirl or Superwoman in the Flash film, she was going to be the face of DCU for a while, replacing Henry Cavill Superman. That would be the role of her character. And then we had Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton's Batman being replaced by Batgirl, which got canceled. Whether or not that was the role, they saw that happen, like, no, we're keeping it. We're bringing it back to basics, bringing it back to the comics, and way more that they have planned. I think it's fair to say a lot of us are disappointed, including myself, being a major Michael Keaton fan. I loved him as Batman. He took his own spin on it. He's not my favorite. My favorite is Robert Pattinson, but when you look at Michael Keaton, you think Batman. He is Batman. He brought that character to life in so many different ways. And to waste that talent on a full-fledged film that was scrapped when they didn't even know us about it, it's kind of bullcrap. And it shouldn't have happened. But it got canceled probably because they didn't want to go down the route of just throwing away Batman and whatever other characters going to be introduced in that film. Now, why hasn't the Flash film been canceled or, just completely scrapped? Everything with Ezra and with, if they're bringing Henry Cavill back as Superman, right? Which, again, I think it's fair to say it is, because The Rock has teased it so many times. And I think he's just not going to stay quiet at this point. Why would he? I mean, it's little over a week away, right? Why would you stay quiet? There's no point. We all know it's happening. And again, Dwayne Johnson has so many strings in Hollywood. If he wanted to announce that, he could have done it, right? We've got so many things related to Black Adam today alone on October 11th. Like, he's coming to Fortnite. We've learned that he has, he's partnering with Under Armour and Project Rock, which I ordered a pair of shoes, by the way. And he's, he released a few new tidbits. There was a new scene revealed. The very first scene in the film, or one of the first scenes, it was extended for the first time. We've never seen that scene released today. He released another poster today. He done a lot of things related to Black Adam today. I mean, is it really full-fledged to say that if he wanted to, he would say it right now? He could. He has that power to. That being said, I don't think the Flash film will be scrapped because it introduces the multiverse, right? The film is set up to introduce multiverse. Now, could Grant be in it? Probably. I've done a full video on that already. I don't really want him to be connected to be Ezra Miller's Flash, unless he's going to take over that role, which why would he, I would love to see Grant in the big screen. I think he's deserved it after all this time. But he's been the Flash the past 9 years. Give him a break. However, the film, if they're bringing back Henry Cavill Superman, it will be so awkward if they have Sasha Calle's Supergirl, Superwoman, whatever the hell the character's going to be, fully, because it could change in post-production. Will they continue to set up her as the main lead? Because if they bring in Cavill back, he will be the main lead of DCU. There's not going to be any two supers here, Like the Arrowverse. Look at the Arrowverse now. The main lead of the Arrowverse was Oliver, Barry, and Kara. They were the three main shows. It was in the beginning, it was Oliver, then Oliver and Barry, then Oliver, Barry, and Kara. Those are the three people, when you think of the Arrowverse, those are the three people that pop into every single person's minds, right? DCU, first one that comes to mind should be Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot as Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Those are the first three characters that got introduced into DCU on the hero side. So if Henry Cavill comes back as Superman, which would be amazing to see, coming from a person who doesn't really care for Henry Cavill Superman, it would be amazing to see him come back and just the stuff they can do with him that they've never done before. This is under different management, right? This is under different writing staff. This is involving The Rock. He will get what he wants done. He will get what the fans want done. And it is going to happen one way or another. Now, again, if they go down the route of trying to make Supergirl or Superwoman, whatever the hell Sasha Calle's role would be, the main lead, it will be hella awkward in the Flash film, which, again, a lot of people aren't really that excited for anyways, compared to now, because there's a Miller's crap. It will be so awkward going into like a Black Adam vs. Superman film, and then having a Supergirl film trying to release but gets canceled, and the Flash one was just like, what the hell is it? Right? Because they're setting up a new leadership. But that's not going anywhere because we have Henry Cavill coming back. You can't have these two different roles. Either Henry Cavill comes back and Sasha Calle gets scrapped, or Sasha Calle stays in the Flash film and Henry Cavill comes back, which he's coming back either way. I think it's as fair to say right now. Although he might not be. But I think it's fair to say he is. All the tension that's around it, he's got to be at this point. If Henry Cavill comes back, Sasha Calle stays as Supergirl, whatever, everything they have planned for that character being the main lead DCU is going to be scrapped. Which kind of, I'm okay with. At the same time, I'm not. Because I was really interested in their character. That being said, I think Henry Cavill would be more interesting than where they're going to take Sasha Calle's Supergirl. I'm glad they didn't scrap the Flash film, even though they probably should have. But I am glad it's been delayed up teen time, so it's not the first film to come back. right? This is the DCU first film since what? I don't even know. It's been a while. I mean, it's not like we had a film a month ago. This film, Black Adam, will change the DCU, just in general in the DCU, forever. Things will change. We're never going to see the DCU as it was like a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years ago. We are going to see a new DCU, and I truly do believe that. Dwayne Johnson said that several times, that the DCU, the DC Universe, will never be the same. He is in the DCU. This isn't like, Superman and Lois and The Flash on two different worlds and they will acknowledge each other. This is strictly, professionally, and strictly on the same world, in the same universe, with Black Adam, Batman, Superman, Flash, Aquaman, all the Justice League, the JSA, and Amanda Waller. All of them on the same planet and on different Earths. So this is like a rebirth. That's how I've been thinking of it. Black Adam is going to be rebirthed in the DCU. Something that Crescent and Earth tried to do for the Arrowverse, but canceled. But, did not do anything because of COVID. And we finally got into Flash Season 8. And now we're going to the 9th season. And it's the last season of the Arrowverse. Or at least the Arrowverse shows in Earth Prime. We saw Stargirl part of the Arrowverse. But the point is that this will be the point in the DCU's history where it very well could be the high point. This could be the rising arc. This could be what Man of Steel set out to be for a ton of people, and it just did not work. This could be what Justice League, the first one, Justice League set out to be. This is what, the two Wonder Woman films that didn't really do that well for an audience. This could be that reboot that the DCU needed. It's under different leadership. Dwayne Johnson knows what the fans want. The hardcore DCU fans, DC fans want. We want to see something first Black Adam. Make a film about it. I mean, good lord. You name a film, Black Adam vs. Superman. Yeah, every The Rock fan is watching that film. And then some. Like, if you don't even know superheroes, undoubtedly, you will want to see The Rock fighting Superman. Like, really? Who wouldn't? If I wasn't as much in DC, right? If I wasn't, I would most definitely still be doing this video talking about it because I would love to see The Rock fighting Superman. Like, hey, who wouldn't? It's The Rock as an anti-hero. I mean, good lord. And, I mean, is it really that full-fledged to say that what we are dealing with here is not the setup for the biggest fight in DC history coming up in live action? Maybe in comics, sure, but in live action, if they're going to pull off what I think they're going to pull off, it's going to be massive, and it's going to change live action superheroes forever. It's going to be when you think of live action superheroes, this film will be the first thing that pops in your mind. And if they continue with Superman vs. Black Adam, and they continue that into another film, or another Superman movie, or Black Adam movie, like, and another whole thing we gotta look at here is the DCU is not just stuck on Black Adam. It will be continued across the JSA. Dwayne Johnson said that several times for the last few years. The Black Adam movie is not just setting up a Superman movie or Black Adam vs. Superman. It is setting up a movie for individual JSA members like Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Atom Smasher, Cyclone. I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but you know what I mean. All the members of JSA, Dwayne Johnson said he would love for all of them to get their own solo films to set up these characters to lead to one big final film, at least with the JSA, and there you go. You could bring in Storm if you want to. I don't know if they will. You could bring in Golden Age Flash. It wouldn't be John Wesley's ship, so I don't know how that casting would go. Because I wouldn't be able to look past him being Golden Age Flash past John Wesley's ship. Maybe they don't even want to touch Starman, right? Or Stargirl, or Golden Age Flash. Because they know that there's already that universe out there. They don't really want to touch with it. I wouldn't mind that. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if one day, traveling to the multiverse, we come into Stargirl's Earth, on Earth 2, Because God knows where the hell the DCU's at and what Earth, right? We'll probably find out in the Flash film on some level. But what we are inevitably dealing with here is Black Adam literally being the beginning of the new DCU. The new DCU. Will he be the face of it? No. Henry Cavill will always be the face of DCU. When you think of the DCU, as I said earlier, one of three faces will appear in your mind. The first one will always be Henry Cavill, then Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot. Those are the three people that, when you think of the DCU, will always pop in your mind. No matter what order, they will always pop in your mind when you think of the DCU. No matter what you think of them. No matter what you think of their movies or solo films, even though Ben Affleck never had one. That's what you think of them, right? That's what you should. So if Henry Cavill does come back, we're still doing the old DCU, but this is a new version of DCU that we're getting through Black Adam because of The Rock. And that will be continued probably for a decade or so down the line, if not longer. Now the thing is that, as Dwayne Johnson said, Black Adam is the most powerful being on the planet. The most powerful being in the universe has been put to the sideline for far too long. That's what he said. And we all know who he's talking about. He's talking about Superman there. He's setting up a Superman film. That or Black Adam for Superman film, I don't know. I will love it to be. But at the same time, we are dealing with at least 4 or 5 solo films for the JSA, which I think would be really cool. I love the JSA. In the comics and the Stargirl show that they do, you know, it'd be really cool to see the JSA in DCU form and movie form. Just to cover all these characters, to do like past stories leading up to Black Adam. Rewatch Black Adam, go into the next film that's releasing, that's going to be present day. Found the events of Black Adam, whether it's Black Adam vs. Superman, the JSA shows up, they try to fight him again, they lose. Here comes Superman, they fight, who the hell knows would win that. Probably Superman or Black Adam. It'd be a close fight. The thing is that we are dealing with the inevitable high and bright future of the DCU because of Dwayne Johnson. He knows what the fans want. He's going to deliver one way or another. That is the truth. I know Black Adam has not been the film I'm talking about here, the film itself. The trailers behind it, the talk behind it has not been the best received. But the more and more closer it gets to releasing, the more and more hype is being built up about it. I have had my full-on support on this film since DC Fandom in 2020 when it was originally announced that this film was going to be happening full-fledged force. I have had my full-on support against it. I have been hyped for this film since then. Since 2020 DC Fandom when we learned about it. I have been overly excited about it. And I said it in one of my past videos, this film will change DCU forever. There'll be nothing that can ever top this film besides Black Adam vs. Superman and a full-on film. That'll be the only thing that could top this film. I really do believe that. The DCU will change forever because of Black Adam and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. DCU will never be the same after this film. And that's a good thing. It needed to change for it to survive. The Flash film will probably ruin it, but the point is that it is changing because of Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson being Black Adam. That's what we're dealing with here. If Henry Cavill comes back, I mean, that's probably why majority of DCU fans are watching this film in the first place, to see if he comes back. If he does, great. It's going to get a lot of publicity, a lot of probably both hate and bad things, but the point is that it will be really cool to see Superman vs. Black Adam. I think they're setting up towards that. It's what a lot of fans, including myself, want to see. DCU is looking bright if they're going to follow the fans. And Dwayne Johnson, like I said 10 times over already, knows what the fans want. He's not going to be bullcrapping 24/7. He's not like that. He's never been like that. So, that's the truth. Thank you guys for watching the video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.